Hello everyone, Mystery here, reporting live for Sloptide News Network, bringing you a short, quick update about Hotfix 72 incoming today, and unfortunately, with it, I bring grim tidings for the Arbites class yet again. Last time we spoke, they were reducing the damage reduction on the Nuncio Aquila's augmented ability from 70% down to the intended 30%, and also removing the Bleed Splosions interaction from the game. I know that those were terrible nerfs that people are probably still grieving over, but Fatshark is not done yet. This time around, they're coming for the Arbites Razor Jaw Augment talent that was in fact scaling off of Cyber Mastiff damage, and that was inadvertently causing those bleeds to do up to 450% damage, melting bosses, entire packs of enemies, and just completely face-rolling Havoc 40s. And this is where I must ask you, viewer and Fatshark, if you're listening, when is enough enough? Why must you take all the things I love from me? Okay, it's all I'm asking is to have a dog who does pentuple the damage that he's intended to do and clears a Havoc 40 while I sit back and pick my nose and eat a sandwich, obviously with each opposite hand, right? I don't think that's too much to ask. I paid $12 for this class. It should be able to play the game by itself, honestly. So with that being said, let's get on to the other things that are going on with this patch. There was a crash on Refinery Delta 17, fixed now, but for more crash fixes, we also rolled back the FSR version. I think this is so funny that I said it kind of tongue-in-cheek last time I had a Sloptide update where they were updating FSR to version 4, and I was like, oh, this will probably cause a bunch of crashes knowing Fatshark and knowing Darktide, and of course it did. So they are rolling that version back to 3.1.2 where it was before, so that should stabilize the game for all of those of you who are unable to launch or even get into the Morningstar, thanks to those changes before, and hopefully in the future they'll reintroduce that effect. As we already addressed, that Razor Jaw Augment is being patched out. Hopefully you guys got some fun times playing in with that and demolishing missions while it lasted, but it has met its ignoble end, as so many of these bugs are lately. And then finally, here we have to talk about Havoc missions. So Havoc, which is a game mode that more and more people are interacting with, which I highly encourage, I think it's a very fun game mode, is finally nailing down its rotation schedule. They have been saying up until now that they would be rotating mutators and missions with some regularity, but they never really specified what that time frame was. So now, during a campaign, they're going to be rotating the mission pool and mutator pool every 3 weeks. During that time, 1 or 2 missions or mutators will swap out. And they're saying this next one will happen next week. I am uncertain as to what the actual time frame on that is, whether next week is beginning this Sunday or next Sunday, meaning what would that be, like the 20th or so. I think maybe next week would be this coming Sunday. It will change out. But anyway, to give you my analysis on the mission pools that are incoming, we are getting Hab Draco and Mercantile HL7004, which is the Coliseum end event in the what's it called? The Carnival District. Both of these maps, very, very good maps, fairly easy maps, and outgoing are Consignment Yard HL1736 and Chasm Logistratum. Two, honestly, fairly difficult maps, Chasm Logistratum being one of the more difficult maps in the game. So I think if you are a player who is pushing Havoc, this next coming rotation is going to be an excellent juncture to try and do that at, because we are getting more quality, easy, balanced maps to work through, and then we're losing 2 that are on the upper end of difficulty when balance is concerned. So that'll give you better odds at completing those missions and getting your long-awaited Havoc 40 or perhaps even True Survivor. As far as mutators, we are getting no new mutators added to the pool, but they are removing the Pus Hardened Skin, which is the green goop that is on enemies that prevents them from taking a percentage of range damage. This is always just a really, really annoying mutator, and it's one of my least favorite because it is so uninteresting. It's up there with Orange for me, where they're both uninteresting and unreactable mutators, where the enemies just have it, and you can't really prevent them from getting it because it splashes on nearby enemies when they get killed, and it just makes them take less damage. And enemies taking less damage isn't generally very fun. So that is going to be going the way of the dinosaur, temporarily at least. And then the Inferno special event will also be rotating out, which I will honestly be glad to see go. I didn't really have any problem with the special event itself and the additional flamer enemies or flame type enemies and barrels and all that stuff that occurs in the mission, but it's mostly the visuals of these missions that irked me. Let me know in the comments if you agree. I don't feel like I'm alone with this, but yeah, having the entire map be like Halloween themed, it's all black and orange and I can't see what the hell I'm looking at and it's all smoky. I get that it's very thematic with the Inferno thing, but it was just a muddy mess to look at, and it's even worse when you're attempting to like stream it onto YouTube. Players can't tell what they're looking at all. So I think that maybe if Inferno ever comes back, they should maybe lighten up on those graphic effects a little bit so I can actually see 5 feet in front of my face. And that's all we have for the news today, guys. I hope you're doing well. Look out for a much longer video, a tier list ranking video later on today, and I'll talk to you very soon. Mystery out. Bye.